Something that I've always wanted to do is try and drain more from the pan when I'm doing a fluid change, because I'm going to rarely change the pan and the filter. I'm just going to drop the fluid and refill it. Normally I get about 2.5 litres or so out of it when I do that, of about the bit under 6 litres that they talk about that lives in the transmission, so you're probably getting a little bit less than 50% of it. The problem is obviously that leaves the remaining 50% of dirty fluid in there, and you'd like to make that as clean as you possibly can, and the more you can get out with each of the fluid changes, then clearly that's going to keep things cleaner. The problem is though that with this lip here, which is where the plug goes, anything below that is not going to come out. Assuming that it's flat, obviously if the car's sitting there like that, more is going to come out, but for everything just being normally level, it's going to leave a fair bit of fluid in here. I did an experiment, which I'll show you in a moment, where I tested how much actually is still in there and how much extra I can get out. And what I did was I got a piece of cheap plastic pipe, got my heat gun, and just melted that so it's a nice U shape, so that fits in there like that there. And it's pretty easy to put in because it's plastic and it's flexible from the underside. You can just get that and then just put that in there and then just let it sit there like that, and just siphon everything out. The bit here with the filter will remain full because it can't go below this lip here. In the end, I probably got an extra 25% extra fluid out of it, which is kind of nice. Dimensions of this, because this is about 1.5 centimeters from there to the edge of, from the edge of that brass thread there down to there, and from the lip down is about 1.5 centimeters. So I made that about 2 centimeters, that about 2 centimeters, so it easily gets over it. When it hangs, I'm not sure if you can see this, but I've made that angle there so it's flat, because if that's at an angle, it's going to sit above that and it's not going to drain that as well as you can. So if you sort of just get your finger on it like that and hold it, that line at the bottom of your pipe should be nice and level, and if that's the case, it should drain pretty much all of this out of here. So here's my experiment. I've put the pan as level as I can get it. I filled it up so it's filled the filter and everything, and then let it drain out as though we had just drained the transmission normally, and measured from what I put in and what came out, how much is in there now, and I reckon there's pretty close to 1.35 litres in there, still in the pan. So what I'm going to do is use my little hose here and see how much I can get out. And so that's the extra that I got out of it once it's pretty much drained everything out of here. That's about 600 mils worth.